Hello my fellow crafters and welcome back to Inspiration for Cards. My name is David and today I'm going to be making a card for you. Now, as you probably have seen, Elizabeth Craft Designs released a Suitcase limited edition pack. I forgot the name. What is it called? Suitcase insert kit. That's what it is. So I'm going to be working with that today, but I'm going to be turning that into a card. So let's switch the cameras and let's have a look. Right, here we go. So what I've done, I've already cut out my cute suitcase. I've got my card panel here, which is 5 by 5.25, I think. Yeah, 5 inches by 5 inches, and it's going to go on a 6 by 6 card base I've got here. All of these are from the Elizabeth Craft Designs soft finish cardstock in the 300 grams version. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use one of the new stencils, which are well loved. As you can see, they're a bit stained, but they are clean, so I can use them safely. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that onto my card base, like something like this. And I'm going to take tumbled glass. I'm just going to clean off my brush because I think I've used salvage patina last on this, so better safe than sorry. So I've cleaned that off. I'm just going to load up this color. It's a very light blue, very soft. What I'm going to do is I'm going to very softly hold on to my stencil and just give this background a bit of color. Very softly, not all over, just the corners. Yeah, that's fine. I had a glance. And I will do the same in the opposite corner. And as I said, just the corners, nothing fancy or not coloring the whole thing. I just want that pattern to be on there. Okay, next I've got my card panel. I'm going to load up my brush again. Put it on there, then it will stay there. I'm going to give that same pattern on my card base. So the panel and the card base will have the same pattern running off the card in one corner, or in two opposite corners, that I should say. And I'll do the same here. Now this is one of the new stencils from the Planner Essentials collection, the Planner Stencils. I'm not sure which pack this one was in, but if you have a look at them, you will see the examples. There are 2 packs and they're both fantastic. I just love this particular one. Now, if you look at this, see how that pattern continues? I love that. So that's going to be my card base. This is going to be my card back front. Oh, card base, card panel. Get a grip, David. So that's finished. I'm going to let that dry. Tumbled glass can go away. And then I'm going to continue with my suitcase. Now what I'm going to do with my suitcase, I'm going to take the Beautiful Blooms, which is this one. This collection is the Blossom collection. I'm going to take the single flower out of that. And I'm going to stamp that all over my suitcase. No particular order or rhyme or reason. I just want that all over there. And then I'm going to heat emboss that. So I'm going to start with one flower in the middle, or at the bottom. Press that on. Now I'm stamping on the smooth side of the soft finish cardstock. So there are 2 sides on the soft finish cardstock. One is slightly textured. That's the side I used for the card bases. This one is slightly different. So I'm going to stamp that right there, coming off the page. So this one is smooth, which means I can stamp on it easier. It's the same beautiful paper. It's just in a different structure. That one goes there. This part will be covered up, so I'm not too bothered with that. This one, I'm just positioning it, seeing what I like and how I'm going to fill this page up. Like that. Yeah, that's cool. Now I'm coming here. Stamp this down. So we're going to have a flowery suitcase. Just like that. There we go. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Now I'm going to take my embossing powder in clear and I'm going to put that all over my card. Or my suitcase, I should say. And put that back. Go. That's done. Now I'm going to melt this powder and then I will be right back. So this is now nicely heat embossed. So I will come back to that in a second. But I will just show you what I'm going to do to cover up the holes that are in there because I don't want the holes visible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this scallop border right on top of that. And that scallop border is actually a die that is in the set. Just let me show you. It's this die and it's actually a thing that goes over the middle or whatever, wherever you want to put it, but it's wider. So I've cut that in half and I've got these two pieces out of that. These are going to be right on the side and I will color these in a second. But before I color those, I will just color the handle black. Not even the whole handle. It's just, there we go. That's that. That's perfect. Okay. Now, next what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in with antique linen. And I'm going to color this whole background with that antique linen. Just coming in from the side, slightly darker, and then going lighter towards the inside. Do the same on this side. I just love how this paper takes the ink. It is fantastic. There we go. Very nice, soft, antique linen color. Now I'm going to take a piece of paper towel. I'm just going to go over that heat embossing to remove any of that ink that's on there, because the embossing powder, the melted embossing powder, will act like a resist. So just take that off there. And I'm not sure what color I'm going to use for these, so I'm going to put these to the side for now, because I'm going to do something fun. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to color in all these hearts. These are Caran d'Ache watercolor pencils. Just quickly going to scribble that all over the hearts of the centers of the flower. That's that. Then I've got the green. Obviously, this needs to be green. So just fill that in. Any other parts? Yeah, there we go. This is green as well. So this is going to be a suitcase with a flower print on it, which I love. I love the beautiful blooms anyway, and I love this set, so it's a great combination for me. So that is that. Next, I'm coming in with my, this is a Fuchsia Caran d'Ache watercolor pencil, and I'm just gonna color the inside of the flowers, and then I'm gonna drag that color out. So I'm just going over this embossing that's there. I'm just gonna color the inside of the flower. I'm not gonna be bothered too much here because that's gonna be covered as well. So I think I've got everything. Yes, I do. So next, I'm coming in with my watercolor pencil. Where did I put that? Here it is. Notes. Okay, I've got my watercolor pencil here. I will just activate that ink or that pigment that's on here. By activating that, it makes it really bright yellow. Despite the fact that that's going to be covered up, I will still activate it. Because you never know what happens, right? You never know. Right, just going to put down some water. Now, I'm going to activate this pinkish color. Just going around, activating that pigment, and then pulling that out as I go. Just softening up that color. There we go. That's absolutely fine with me. It doesn't have to be, how do you call that? Perfect watercolor. Just want that to be having a hint of color. That's what it does. What I'm doing now, I'm just picking up some color from that pencil to blend over this. This will help it blend out a tiny bit more. So I will finish that. You've seen me do one now. I think that's enough. So I'll finish those and then I'll be right back. Okay, here we have it. All colored in nicely. These pencils are fantastic. I love it. I love the soft watercolor look it gives, but the pigment in this is stunning. Right, now I'm just gonna slightly edge this with a bit of black, and I will do the same with the other one that I will put on in a second. I just want that hint of darkness on the edges. There we go, that's that. Right, now I'm gonna dry this. Because I've used a lot of water on that. That is my suitcase done. So remember, I've colored this black. I'm also going to do that to this part. It's going to be on top of that. Now, I hear you say, oh, then you shouldn't have, it was not needed to color this. But I just don't want, if it's slightly off or anything, to show that white. So that's why I'm coloring it both, and then I'm going to glue this on my little suitcase to give that handle some dimension. I do like that dimension on there. And then what I've done, I've cut out another piece out of some matte gold cardstock, and I'm going to put that right on there. Pretty. Okay, now I have to decide what I'm going to do with those. Am I going to color them black or what do I do? I like that pinkish as well. So I'm just going to color that strip. Oops. Yeah, that's a good color to go with it. Like that. Sometimes I love it when a plan comes together. Both nicely colored. Then I'm going to come in with my black. I'm just going to edge these all around. So I want the little scallops to be edged a bit with black. Also this side. Now I'm just going to put some glue on here. I need to cover up these holes. So what I'm going to do is take this piece and just put it on there. Like so. And I'll do the same on this side. I'm going to take my scissors and cut this off. Love that. And this is a nice, cheerful little bag. I'm just going to edge these corners that I've trimmed off. There. Done. Okay, I'm done with ink blending, so my ink blending thingy can go. So I will bring in my card panel now and my little suitcase. I just love this. That's going to be right there, like so. And then I'm going to stamp. Where is it? Now with this collection comes a stamp set, and I'm going to be using the Pack Your Bags. I'm going to stamp that onto this strip of soft finish cardstock. And I'm going to use black for that. Give it some pressure and give it some time to sink in. Let the paper or the cardstock soak up the ink that's on your stamp. There we go. Now it's meant to be a bit crunchy, so that's that. Put this one to the side. Just heat set that for a second. Then I'm coming in with my little trimmer and I'm going to trim this to size. Now, what I'll do is I'll line up. There's a line on this one, so I'll line up that line with my hook that's there. I don't know what that's called, so I'll just call it a little hook. Do that on the other side as well. And by lining it up like that, I don't know if you can see it on the screen. I'll show you in a close-up. See, there's a line here, and I'm lining that up. And I'm going to do the same with the bottom. So I'm just going to line up that line. And trim that off. And do the same on the other side. And now I've got an even border all around it. Perfect. Now, despite the fact I said I was done with ink blending, I'm not. I'm going to give this a hint of that pink as well. So just bringing in my blending mat. That will match everything else we did. There we go. Then I will come back with the black and I will just edge that a bit. And then it will be all matchy-matchy. And that's what I like. There we go. That's there. This can go to the side. This can go away. Check my fingers. They're still clean. Yeah. Okay. Now I have to decide, where do I put this? I think I'm going to put this one smack in the middle. Put this one slightly up. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I've got my big roll of heavy doodle tape. I will just put some tape behind this. I'll put this towards the bottom. I need my tweezers for this. So I can hover over it, making sure it's in the middle. There we go. Now I'm also going to put that camera up a bit. So I will just take some strips and put them behind there. And I will just position this. I will just put some glue on there because otherwise I don't want to ruin it at this stage. So I'll just put some glue onto my phone now. So I will just put some glue onto my foam strips and that will give me some wiggle time to position this right in the center. I'm using my grid to line this up a bit. I think it's fine like that. So I will commit to that. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I like the dimension. Cool. I also want to put this one up a bit. Yes, I do. Just because I like that dimension and what it does with the structure. I'll just put some tape behind this. And then we're nearly done. So it's, yeah, not a difficult card to make, but it's fun. There's some fun techniques in there, emboss resist and watercoloring with pencils and stenciling. So it looks more complicated than it is, in my opinion, because it's not that difficult, this is. So that's on there. Now let me peel off that backing. Now I know people will ask me where I get this foam tape. So I got this big roll from Heavy Doodle from Doeding. That's a Dutch web shop. That's where I bought it. Pretty sure others will have it, but yeah, I don't know. I buy nearly everything at Doeding, so that's a Dutch web shop and they just have excellent service and I like the people there. Now let's open this one up. Yeah, that's correct. I will just line this up. Yeah. Press it down and commit. And here is our card. It's a fun card with lots of dimension. Look at that. I like that. It's built up nicely. but I love the soft feel of this card and how it turned out. And this goes to show that you can use your dies any way you want them. This is a die that's meant to go into a planner or to make a mini booklet out of it. And I turned it into a fun card. Yeah, I will do a close-up. You can see it has a vintage feel, nice grungy look. I love this background. I think that's a really nice way to use the stencils. So yeah, I'm happy with it. So that was it for today. Thank you for watching this one. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so yet, please consider to subscribe to my channel because that would really make my day. Right, having said that, I'm gonna switch off, let you go, and I hope to see you for the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.